Hey, hello, hi, welcome back to another vlog. These are kind of the only videos I can make really because I'm so in and out of, a normal routine that it's really hard to be able to like sit down and just like make a project with you guys. So I feel like taking you kind of in a week with me is kind of the best way to keep you guys entertained and make videos. So I hope that's okay. I hope you've been liking the vlogs. In today's vlog, I brought two projects with me. As always, one dress. We are almost done with the skirt. I only have, I think, 5 more rows until we've hit like the waist part, and so then we can actually start working on the top. So that's really exciting. Maybe I might push through that tonight so that maybe tomorrow I can start working on the top. But the other project I brought is with my cotton yarn. I want to make a summer top, like a crop top. And the pattern I'll be making is by Passionate Goods. It's called the Lily Top. I'm really excited. I brought like this bluey purple yarn. It's in the color, what is it? Magical Mermaids, which is a very interesting color name, but I think it's really pretty and I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna make a top. See how much I can get done tonight, and then maybe we'll work on the dress tomorrow. So yeah, future me, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they're doing like construction on the parking lot right next door. So I apologize if you hear rumblings or loud machinery. I don't remember the last thing I recorded. I think I just finished the cups. But I had continued to work on it, and I don't think I said goodnight to you guys last night. So here is where we are so far. We are working on the single crochet across the bottom. We have our 2 cups, so we're just adding the length this way. So yeah, I have a little bit of downtime before I have to go get dinner. So I think during that time I'm going to just keep working on this. Hello, it is a while later, and I'm about halfway through the bottom band border. This is like the last border round. We're about to start going around and do the chains and the strap and stuff. We're about halfway done with the bottom, but it is late and I'm ready to go to bed and I'm tired of working into chains. So we're gonna finish this tomorrow. Good morning. Oh no, I don't even know why I said that. It's not morning. Well, No, it's no, it's I just had dinner, so I'm just back from dinner, and I'm ready to get crocheting for the rest of the night. I did a little bit of work this morning. I had a bit of downtime, and I've made it almost to the edge of our bottom border. We just have to finish all the way around. But yeah, I'm really actually liking how these colors are turning out. I think they're pretty evenly spaced, which is pretty cool. It has kind of this like tie-dye almost effect. I think it's really cute. And then this is what our second skein is looking like. Still have plenty. The like edges are like pretty thick, but then like the inside is thinner. Maybe half the skein left, which is more than enough for the border and straps. So I'm not worried about that. I think we'll have I'm not worried about yarn. I think we'll have plenty and some left over. So that's pretty great. Yeah. I'm going to make myself finish this tonight because I really don't think it's going to take that much longer. Hello, I have a finished top. Nice, the border's done, straps are all done. I have to lace it up and weave in all of my ends. But I don't think I brought a tapestry needle with me, so I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, this is my last night here, so that means tomorrow I'll be back home. We do have the 2-hour-ish drive back tomorrow, so I am planning on working on the dress and getting it close to finished, at least the skirt part, not the whole thing. I'm happy that we were able to finish this. It is pretty late and I'm pretty tired, so, but I was so close to being done, I just had to push through. Yeah, this is how much yarn we had left. I'm pretty happy with it. I will put the pattern, it is a paid pattern, I will put the link to where you can get it in the description if you want to make one yourself. And then I'll also put one for the dress as well. Hi. It's been a few days, but I'm here. I'm back. Hi. Over the last few days, I've done some crocheting. I wouldn't say a whole lot. It's been a lot of like kind of tedious stuff, so that's kind of not great, but it had to get done to finish some stuff up. So first, I don't know if you guys remember from my last vlog, I made a little like tube top kind of thing. I have some ends still to weave in, but I think this looks really great. It ended up being a little bit smaller than I wanted it to be. Then, while I was in the car, I told you guys that while I was in the car I'd be working on this dress, which I did. Here's how it's looking. I am almost to the size of like my waist. I could probably do one more decrease row, or I might give myself some breathing room in case, you know, I eat and I get a little full, but it is not quite long enough to cover the bum. So we're going to have to do some just like straight rows of double crochet. I'm excited. I just have to just keep going around. This is how much yarn we have left in our second ball. So actually quite a bit left. I guess, ended up doing like 3 rounds in the car. I feel like I did more than that. I was gonna do more, but then I was afraid that it was gonna be too tight. That's what it was. So then I had to stop because I couldn't try it on while in the car. So that is that project, although I'd like to speed it up a little bit, but anyways. The next project that I started is a hexagon pullover kind of thing. I've seen this colorway all over the place. It's the Karen
jumbo ombre. I've seen this colorway all over the place recently, and I originally bought it to make a cardigan, but then I saw a picture of a pullover on Pinterest, and I was like, I want to make a pullover. I think that's all I have to update you on. I think so. So I'm just gonna get to crocheting.
My Aran cardigan so much that I've kind of paused on working on the bra. The stitches are still on hold.
I have been working all day, almost, and the first half is done. I have to sew up the cuff and weave in my few ends, but I'm very happy with it. I'm not super thrilled with how the colors pooled. I wish there was a little bit more blue in this and not only on the sleeve. I'm pretty happy with it. I left some room for like a little collar moment. I'm excited about that because obviously I want it to be like a pullover, not just like a open cardigan. So the whole back will be sewed up, and then I'll have like a little collar here, and then the front will be attached as well. And I have this much yarn left from the first skein. This will be plenty to do like a nice border. I'm gonna go ahead and start my second ball, and then we'll use probably the same, I assume, to be the same amount, so they'll turn out hopefully exactly the same, and then it'll be like even on both sides. Yeah, and then we'll have 2 balls of this. We'll use one for borders and collar and that sort of stuff. So I will definitely not be able to finish the second half tonight, but I'm hoping to make some good progress on it and maybe finish it tomorrow. I think that might be a stretch. What are you doing? Hi, Kiwi. You already fed dinner. You already had dinner. Yes, you did. You already had dinner, cutie. Good evening. I don't remember the last time I checked in. Did I check in this morning? I don't think so. Anyway, I've been crocheting quite a bit today. My wrist was even starting to hurt a little bit, which doesn't happen too often, but we have a bunch of progress on our granny stitch cardigan. This is the second half of it. I have about 2 more rows until I can connect up the top and then lengthen up the sleeve. And I'm actually liking this side a lot better. And I think it's because there's more blue in the center. The blue was only like 3 rounds in the other half. And so I think that it's like, it's gonna make the whole thing feel more cohesive rather than like pink, purple, blue. And I might even have like some of the blue like within like the collar and border and stuff. So, and then yesterday, I don't know if I talked about this at all actually. I started a little top and actually finished it this morning / afternoon. It's this cute little like halter top with a lace back and then kind of like this mesh front. It is definitely too small for me, but I knew that going in just because I knew I didn't have enough yarn to make it like too much bigger. I probably could have done like a 1 size up instead of like a small, extra small. My ends are all weaved in, even though I only had 2, so that was awesome. I really like this colorway. I don't know if it shows up super well on camera. It looks almost brown, but it has like red and pink and like very like light pink, almost white, and maybe a bit of like brown, kind of like terracotta color. I thrifted this yarn as well and like a big bundle of cotton. This was Willow Ripples yarn. It was 65% cotton and 35% polymade. What is polymade? I don't know. I should look that up. So yeah, my plans for tomorrow are to finish or get really close to on the cardigan, and then I want to get back into the sweater just because I'm like starting to get into the interesting thing. So it was like my like kind of travel project because it was simple, round and round and round and round, whereas now I'm starting to get to the top. I need to figure out another project to be my mindless one, and I want to use more of that cotton that I have because I have just a bunch of cotton. Maybe I'll grab 2 fresh skeins and I make a top, and then I don't allow myself to put the other one away unless it's into the scrap basket, and I make a hat. Anyway, I may or may not start that tomorrow. I feel like recently I've been like bouncing around a lot of things, whereas I typically am like, this is my project, this is what I'm doing. But I think it's been hard because I've been traveling a lot, and so I can't bring like a big project. Like before we moved, my big project was like a blanket that ended up being like 6 feet long and like bigger than like my wingspan. It was huge. So like I couldn't take that anywhere, but that was okay because I really only crocheted like here. So because of that, I like need a lot of smaller projects. Yeah, I just want to get the things that are in progress done because it'll just make me feel better in starting new things. It was the next morning and I got some coffee, went to Dunkin', super good. I want to finish this so that it is off my table and sew it up to the other piece today, which would be great, and then we can start working on the dress. I have 2 more rows, so it really shouldn't take me that long to finish this and make it the same size as this piece here. Sewing together shouldn't take too long. The sleeve will take a little bit of time just because I have to add like a bunch more rows, but it should go pretty fast because it's, you know, only so big. I think that's everything. Let's get going. good evening. It has been quite a productive day. I'll say that for sure. I think first I'm going to start with the dress. This is our second full ball, and it's maybe a third of the way done, maybe almost half. They were pretty big cakes, but then here is what we're working with. I think I only did 2 rows today, but it was the last decrease round and then 1 round of just straight double crochets. I have 8 rounds of just double crochet, no increasing, no decreasing, no nothing, just to get some more length on it. Right now it's like almost past the butt. I'm debating about whether or not I want to keep this as a car project, because in a few days I'll be going again out in the field and doing some work, and so then I'm going to be in the car for several hours on the way there and back, and whether or not I want this to be like that project or not. But I have a little bit to decide before I make a final decision, so that decision can be made by later me. Okay, next is our cardigan, and it is done. I have a few more ends to weave in, so if you see them, just ignore them. And this is what it looks like. Can you see that? Ooh. I guess it's not a cardigan. It's not a cardigan, it's a pullover. This was already so heavy. It has been like 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees here. And in this part of Michigan, all of the buildings are meant to keep the heat in. And so whenever it's like 90 degrees, it's so hot. And I was trying this on. It's a little too small for me. It's a cropped pullover, but then it's also just like across is just a tad small on me. It's a little tight. But whenever I was trying this on, it was so hot. I could not keep it on. I was so sweaty. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I will say my second skein, I had more blue in the middle. Yeah, this side. I had a lot more blue in the middle than on this side, but then I started to like run out. So I have like one little thing of purple in the cuff. I mean, like, it was fine. Like, I think it turned out not a problem. I actually think this side is like better balanced than this side. This was the Karen Jumbo Ombre. I think Blue Blush was the color. And I do have 2 more colors. I actually just placed a Hirschner's order, even though I was supposed to be on a yarn buying ban because my closet is already full. I had 2 other colors, both with 2 skeins each, but I want to make some of these that are like bigger sizes. And this is all I had left from the 2 skeins. And this is not enough to make like a much bigger size, like maybe a little bit. And if I wanted to make a bigger size, I needed another skein. And so Hirschner's was the cheapest place I could find the colors that I already have. So I bought those, and I bought some more cotton yarn. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, and that it is done, and it is off my list. And now I just have my dress that I have to work on. I also have a knitting project, but it's kind of on the back burner right now. I'm really happy with the progress this week. It has been really good to get some things off of my list and things done and finished. That's great. I'm getting a pretty big stockpile of things. I just want to, I guess, remake some things that I have in different sizes and different colors. So I think that's going to be my goal for the next few weeks to come. But that's going to be it for this video. So if you want to see me make some more things, you should hit the subscribe button because that's going to be coming soon. But yeah, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.